Oh, he separates into two vehicles. Somebody didn't graduate from Triple Changer School. Poor Overlord. But at least they look really nice. I mean, they do have a really cool look, and $45 for some cheap ass stickers. That's what you love in a Transformer, right? I mean, look at that. Already peeling off to that one. I think this one I just had the tape down. Not sure you can see it well, but there's tape holding this down right there. You know, there you can see it right there. So yeah, that's nice. I mean, the stickers themselves are really nice. I mean, I love the colors with the silvery look and the shiny teal and purple going across. Very kind of like neon 80s kind of look to it, but the fact they're peeling is just huge problem across Titan's Return, but the small stickers seem to be the worst, ironically. At least the Headmaster is pretty nice looking. I mean, he actually has some paint on the face. It's got like a little teal head, and I think that's actually painted teal. It's got like a little silver face. The rest of the details are pretty basic, but it looks alright. And of course, you know, you can either put him in here, have him right in the tank. You know, usual Titan Master playability, or I guess he can't sit like that, he has to like kind of flat leg it, but why is he not going in? Okay, there. Jeez, so much issues. Or, you know, you could pop open the top of the jet here. If I can get it open. There. Pop up on top there. Just drop them on in. Like that. So you got playability there. And I do like the color variation between the two. I mean, you have a nice big black jet here, you know. They're very different kinds of vehicles, but they look like they go together, but also really differently. Like the jet's nice and big, and it's got this nice sleek black look to it. Both of them have the orange cockpit with a little bit of white and purple to kind of complement it. And you can see back here, you got like the white jet turbines with like the black and orange fins. You got like a little, or no, not orange, purple fins with stickers there. And those stickers actually hold on, right? Purple little spike turbines at the front, which looks pretty nice. Got some stickers back here to break up some of the black. Tank is very similar, but it's got a lot of blue. Lots of blue that the jet doesn't have, so, and it has none of the black. Top is white with a little orange cockpit. Purple cannon there, looks really nice. Some teal paint on top, that's for the leg mode. And the treads look really cool. I really like how this looks. It's a very powerful looking tank. Really helps to kind of differentiate the two. And they're both very powerful looking. That's the biggest thing. This is Overlord, so he has to have some powerful looking vehicle modes. And they both look really, really powerful. Wouldn't want to run into the battlefield, but my question is, how does he get to the battlefield? I mean, of course, he'd probably come in the jet. I mean, I'm assuming he can pilot this separately from the jet. And they can both move on their own, but one's a jet and the other's a tank. One of them's going to get there way before the other. I mean, there is a mode, I mean, this is Sky Shadow was able to do this, and you can kind of combine them. There's little clips on the inside here, and there's little clip holes right down there. So you could stack them. But the thing is, you can even see this here. There's this little hinge clip here. On Sky Shadow, you can actually clip on and hold on to the tank. Here, you can clip the panels in and kind of just balance the jet on top. I mean, I guess you could, and see it'll fall over. I mean, I guess you could say if you get the balance right, the jet's carrying the tank, but not really. But, you know, that's just a small flaw. That's just a, you know, how does this work in real life kind of thing. That's not going to matter to everybody. One more thing for the vehicle modes is mainly just you look at the underneath of the jet, and it's just the top half of Overlord. I mean, the tank, you can see the crotch and the top half of the legs, but you can't really tell where everything is at there. Here, yeah, it's just jet attached to the back of a top half of a robot. What's kind of cool though is for the later mode, this actually does separate off, so you could have like a separate little, kind of like a jet drone if you want. So that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get to the base mode. And here we have the base mode, or Overlord taking his yoga classes way too seriously. I mean, he does have a few more adjustments than most base modes. This entire hinge that's right here that transforms like this is just meant just for this base mode. Same with these panels. Moving these panels don't need to move in any arm mode. They're normally laying straight against the back of the plane here. So there's some unique elements to it. I mean, it does somewhat resemble a base. You have like a little lookout tower at the top. You have like a cannon right here. You can use the tank cockpit to kind of imply some kind of extra facility of some kind of control panel. There's our little attachments attaching to Fort Maximus or other base modes. These are able to splay outward like so, or even out here like this. So, I mean, he has a couple of extras. Even like this, he actually does resemble like a base. But it really is just a typical... He's halfway through transformation to robot mode, and we decided it kind of looked like a base of some kind. I do think he works better than most base modes. I mean, I think he actually looks a little bit better than Fortress Maximus base modes in some way. I mean, at least he actually has some kind of lookout tower kind of thing going up here. You can still detach this, like have him fold in and take off immediately, like this is his escape jet, well, kind of thing. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, it's your typical base mode. Alright, now we got him in the robot mode, and I gotta say the transformation, pretty simple, especially for the jet, but the tank is pretty interesting. I like how the legs flip out and how they hide away the tank parts pretty well. And you can see the tank parts, they're still visible from the back, but from the front, you couldn't even tell that this bottom half was a tank. Even with the treads there, it looks like there's a lot more transformation than there actually was. It's a pretty nice little illusion. And some people might bring up that I said this guy was an obscure character, and he is in the IDW comics, and he's a pretty well-known character in IDW comics, but looking at this blocky design and the chest panels here and everything, this is pretty clearly based on more of the G1, the Japanese G1 character from their old cartoons and everything. So I'm going to say this is based on that character, not the IDW character. Though, with a little bit of paint, he probably could pass for the IDW character. Mainly this is more based on the G1 toys with the colors and everything. But anyway, he does have a couple of gimmicks. I mean, he has the typical headmaster gimmick. And weird thing is his headmaster, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just because the black around the head and the silver paint, he kind of looks like a Starscream. Maybe I'm the only one seeing that, but he kind of has a very Starscream looking head to me. Or kind of like somewhere between a Starscream and a Megatron, but I guess that's fitting of the new Decepticon leader Overlord. But he does sink in there pretty typically of the headmaster gimmick. You put him in there and you bring the helmet down. It looks pretty good. I mean, I'm a fan of the leader class heads, of the leader class Titan Master, since the faces are a little bit bigger to kind of fit the bigger size. The only weird thing is you kind of can't see it here, but the blue that's used on the head is a different blue that's used on the chest. I think it's because this is actually painted blue, and it's got this like glossy look. It's like a shade darker than the blue here. This blue is kind of like a very bright primary blue, while this is more like a dark, like kind of an ocean blue color to it. I don't know, it's kind of strange, but it's enough that it doesn't really stick out too much. Especially with the black on. That's another thing, you do get some of the black sticking through there, so... If that bothers you, but it's not going to bother most people. I'm just a major color enthusiast. He does carry his gimmick over from the G1 toy, where you could take two Titan Masters or Headmasters or Prime Masters now, I guess, if you prefer. Stick him there. He doesn't come, at least not this version. The Japanese Takara version does come with his like little engines that we're supposed to plug in there. But unfortunately, for the American version, we don't really get that. But, oh well. That is still there if you want to use it. You can put some Headmasters. You can put like Megatron's head in there and Galvatron's head, you know. Kind of make it look like he's powered up by the previous Decepticon leaders. I prefer just leaving the chest panels closed because I like the detail there. Especially since this got a lot of paint work. I mean, this is really nice white color to it, and then you have right in the middle some silver outlined by some blue. It all looks really nice, and looking at chest details, you get like some gray here, and you got like gray for these little grenade launchers. I believe those are grenade launchers, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. You got like a wheel right in the middle of the cloud piece, but you do get some blue to help break that up. I mean, he's pretty colorful for a Decepticon leader, but he also has like enough of each color that none of them really outstay their welcome, but they also help break each other up. It's really nice. You even get like a Decepticon sigil right there on the shoulder, which I think is fitting of a commander. Which makes me think of the jet cockpit, where you can actually see like a little shape that's like clearly meant for a Decepticon sigil, and they didn't put one there. Which is kind of weird, but since we are bringing that up, he does still have the cannon from the tank, and you can hold that. And it makes for a pretty powerful looking gun that could match Optimus's gun any day. But you do get this, the front end of the jet, which is probably why the jet has such a simple transformation for this gimmick. Because what this does, if you pull out this little piece, you can see there's a little gray handle there. And you flip that out, and you see that sticks out. And you can peg that into his shoulder as a shield, like the G1 toy. And the peg is long enough that he can also hold it in his hand if you want him to have a hand shield. Actually, no, I don't think it's long enough. Nope, it is not long enough. If you want him to use as a shield, it has to be pegged to the shoulder. But the other thing that's interesting is that this thing can do is it can actually peg into the chest as a chest plate. There's a little tab. There's a little tab hole right there. You can actually take it and tab it in, and you can give him a chest piece, which is pretty nice. It's a different look, so you have like a lot of variation for like how you want his chest to look. You could have it, you know, you could have it with the jet piece. You could have it as is with the panels closed. You could have it with the panels open and put some headmasters in there. So there's like a lot of little things you can do, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to leave it as that. Also, I am going to make the obvious joke. You can give him breast implants. Haha, very funny, blah blah blah, corny joke, all that good stuff. But why don't we talk about Overlord's transformation here? Or not transformation, articulation, that's what I meant. And, well, he kind of has the typical leader thing going on of, despite paying $40 or $45, you don't get any hand swivels and you don't get any waist swivel. I'm looking at you, Generations Jetfire, and Power of the Prime's Optimus. I mean, if you only get one or the other, I kind of get it, but to get neither, I get with the transformation, you can't really get a waist swivel without really complicating things in there. But really couldn't get hand swivels. I mean, they're already separate pieces anyway. That sucks. Also, his kibble, just, that's all his backpack is. Unless you want to leave the jet piece here, but it makes it a bit bigger. But that's all the kibble he has. That little chunk there. It actually almost sticks out with how small the kibble was. I mean, it's literally just a square sticking off his back. It kind of almost looks like if somebody did like an 8-bit version, like a 16-bit version of character with a block sticking off or something. But now I'm getting off track. Let's get to the articulation. Head swivel. Rotation at the arms. They go that far outward. You get a swivel. Elbow joint goes 90 degrees. Enough at the wrist as mentioned. Enough at the waist, but if you get the panels out of the way, you can have him play Limbo. And you'll be the greatest Limbo artist ever. Except that I think it actually makes him slightly taller. So, it doesn't. Oh. But you do get some more grade 9 launchers, so I guess there's that. You do get forward movement with the leg, backward, outward, swivel, which is really good swivel. Sideways movement there at the knee if you want it. Just a hair before 90 degrees. You do get some toe articulation with the hinges there if you want to use that. And he is built to have his legs sticking out. So you could have him with his legs spread. Which, with how I did it, looks a little ridiculous, but you could have a more kind of threatening pose going on. Like so. Oh, let's give him that tip over. There we go. So you can get like a much more kind of threatening, I'm going to punch you, I'm going to shoot you kind of pose. If you want to go for that. Also, with that Limbo, I'd suggest he gets a Technician, as that actually looks really, really painful now that I think about it. So overall, besides the stickers, I think he looks really great. His transformation's pretty simple. And I know that's going to be a lot of people don't really like simple transformations, especially for leader classes. At this point, I kind of come to expect it. I think Jetfire is as complicated as we're going to get. And I think the transformation's still fun. The base mode's the typical base mode, but it does at least have some effort. I think the colors look really good on them. I mean, he's really well painted. Those stickers are still really an issue for me, but he's not stickered that much. And the rest of his stickers I have not had any issues with. The little stickers on his legs. It's mainly just this little couple strips on his arms that's been giving me trouble. The fin stickers haven't given me issues. None of the other stickers, not even the Decepticon sigil over here. Just those little strips that were like purple and teal along the arms and the jet turbines. Other than that, he's a pretty good figure. I think he's probably one of the best. He's probably going to be the best modernization we're going to get out of Hasbro and Takara as far as Overlord goes. Of course, the third-party offerings are going to be much better, but I think as far as Overlords go, I think he's going to be our best option. If you don't want to pay, you know, the 100 to 200, 300, whatever that the third-party one goes for. If you want an official one and you want to pay less than $50 or at least less than 100, this is probably your best option, along with the Takara version if you want more kind of cartoon-accurate colors. These color scheme, it matches the toy, kind of expected from Hasbro these days, and I really like the kind of neon futuristic look it has, kind of like what the 80s thought the future was going to be. And you can still pull off some decent poses. So overall, he's a good figure. So, this has been Nerd Transformed. I hope you have a good I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope you have a good day. Take care. And I am tired of talking, I guess.